I am meteorologist Dan Brounoff here at KRLD Radio, and I am the chief meteorologist. I've been here for, goodness, going on 13 years now. I was my own worst enemy, probably. Being in the restaurant business and then being a top bartender on Greenville Avenue back in the day. I think hanging around the people that like to have fun all the time too much, that delayed me 9 years out of high school. And so, true story, when I dropped out of college at 19, almost 20, I had a .3 grade point average. Not a 3-point, but a .3. And I still remember 5 F's and a C. And 9 years later, I woke up. I'd moved to Fort Worth to go open a couple of restaurants for a friend of mine. My head cleared, and I decided I'm gonna go back to college. I'm gonna get out of restaurant management. I'm gonna go back to bartending. 2 years later, I got a letter from Texas A&M, from the dean of the university, that said I've been accepted. And while I was in the 2 years at junior college, I got my GPA. I moved that decimal over one place, which made it a 3.0. Just advice to anyone out there that has been delayed, or you want to do something that you've always wanted to do but haven't gotten there yet. It's a cliche, but it's true. It's never too late. And I'm a perfect example of that. But I wouldn't be to where I'm at today. You know, I've always wanted to do weather in Dallas and Fort Worth since I was 8 years old, and here I am. It was hard. I look back on it now and I'm wondering, how the heck did I get through all that? I'm a graduate of Texas A&M with a Bachelor of Science degree. I graduated in 1999 at the ripe old age of 33. And I've been doing this now 25 years, believe it or not, 25th anniversary this year. My favorite sports team, you know, I've got several, and they all reside here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If I could rank them from, oh goodness, from top to bottom, my favorite, right now, the Texas Rangers. But it used to be the Dallas Cowboys. We win a Super Bowl, they'll go back on top. Love the Dallas Mavericks, love the Stars, and I'm just a huge sports nut. Well, actually, I started in television in Waco, Texas, in 1998 for a CBS affiliate there during my junior year of college from Texas A&M. So I drive to Waco Friday night and then come back on Sunday night, or really Monday morning at about 12:30 in the morning, and I got a weekend gig. While I was still in school at A&M. I graduated A&M in '99 and actually got a job at the Weather Channel in Atlanta, Georgia, and was a radio broadcast meteorologist. And I was there for 3 years. I've done weather from New York City to Miami, Chicago to Houston, Los Angeles to Seattle, and San Francisco all the way to Raleigh, Durham. So that was my break in the radio. And then I went into television for 11 years after that. And then I got the job as a part-time meteorologist on the Texas State Network. I am celebrating my 13th year on the TSN network. And then I became full-time at KRLD in October of 2016. So this is year 7 being full-time on KRLD. So quite a whirlwind of events. I did a lot of moving around in my, after I did radio in Atlanta and television. Goodness. My biggest mentor, my biggest influencer was Harold Taft. I never missed one of his 6 o'clock newscasts because when I was 8 years old, I had to be in bed by 9 o'clock, so I couldn't really watch his 10 o'clock news. But I did watch his 6 o'clock cast and learned a lot from him at a very young age. And then since then, Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel, who I'm good friends with. And I met him when I worked there 20 years ago. And James Spann, he's an on-camera meteorologist for ABC 33 in Birmingham, Alabama. And I'm constantly watching other new YouTubers, storm chasers like Reed Timmer and Brett Adair, because I'm constantly wanting to learn new things, how I can help teach the weather, because I don't like to just present the weather. I've been known to be kind of a teacher of weather, the hows and whys things are happening. Not that it's gonna rain tomorrow and then it'll be 100 degrees, back to you, Bob. It's more of, okay, we're seeing rain, but here's why we're seeing it. This is why we've been in this type of weather pattern. And all the guys I just mentioned who I've looked up to in the past and present, continue to learn from them and try to help become a better meteorologist, to help people become weather aware. My dad always said, try to learn something every day, Dan, and that's what I try to do in my industry.
What has been the most memorable or impactful story that you have covered?
There's probably two, and it used to be Harvey. Hurricane Harvey, because I actually went down to chase that storm for 48 hours when it came ashore along the mid and lower Texas coast, and then stopped and then went back over open water. And I had to get back to work at KRLD, and then it decides to cruise over towards Houston and sit for 3 days and drop over 50 to 60 inches of rain. So when I came back from that storm here, I was actually in this room broadcasting weather for a number of our Odyssey affiliates in the Houston area who didn't have the power or the backup generators to be able to broadcast very important information about what's going on in the weather there. So that was number one for a long time, up until 2019 of October, when the North Dallas tornado came through and did $2.2 billion of damage. And I was on the air. I didn't sleep for 36 hours, let's just put it that way. And I was on the air for about 6 hours straight and didn't get any sleep for 36 hours. And even helped with some of the cleanup efforts because it hit very close to home, literally 3 miles south of where I grew up as a kid. So I went out after I got off the following morning at about noon and went and helped clear debris, chainsaw, clear roads, and some of the subdivisions that were really close to where I grew up and where a lot of my old friends, who I'm still friends with, who their homes got impacted as well. So yeah, number one, the Dallas tornado back on October 20th, 2019 is number one. And I do want to mention one of the most important people in my life is my son, Logan. He was diagnosed with autism at the young age of 2. The University of Vanderbilt is on the south side of Nashville, Tennessee. And we got word that they had one of the best places to diagnose autism in the country, almost in the world. So we took a trip up there and he had a bunch of tests done. We were there all day long and they said, yeah, he has autism. As a dad or a parent, if your kid gets diagnosed with a disability, being whatever it is, it was autism for Logan, all sorts of things start going on in your head. They're 2 years old. It's like, they tell you that they're not going to be in normal classes, or some disabilities, they're not going to be able to talk. My mission was to learn more about the autism itself and how we can overcome this as much as possible. He couldn't catch or throw at the age of 8, so I spent 2 years with him about in our front yard every day, almost after school, weather permitted. And now he can burn me out with a fastball, with a 75, 80 mile an hour fastball right here in the glove almost every time now, and he can catch. He wanted to be a meteorologist because I took him storm chasing when he was 8 years old, his first storm chase. And first crack of thunder, the lightning that almost hit my vehicle when we were out there, I looked back at him and he had already had this huge beach towel that I had in the back seat from swimming the day before that over his entire body. I still got a picture of that. So he loves to storm chase with me. I'm very passionate with him and have been his entire life. And he doesn't want to be a meteorologist. He did it first, but he heard all the math and physics and science that he had to take. So he's just going to do a general business degree. The kid is smarter than everybody probably watching this put together in my eyes, and very intelligent. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate your time. I love what I do here at KRLD. And I'll continue to keep you updated on any type of weather we have here 24/7. That's my job. And again, I'm on the air from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday each morning. But as you know, I'll be on the air 24/7 when severe weather is imminent here across North Texas. So again, appreciate you joining me today. Have a blessed day and enjoy the weather when you can. It's the only weather you've got. See ya.